Very pleasant to meet you. I know you as a scientist, ecologist, Maidan person, fighter for rights, but for some time you are a hit of the natural park Tuzly Lagoons, and you invited journalists. And what we will see here, if it is possible, just tell in short what we will see here, and what is the main problem in your work, because I know you are fighting with corruption and it's quite difficult.
Okay. I am director of very huge area of National Nature Park, which name Tuzlovsky Lagoons. This area is very nice. They include 90,000 hectares of water lagoons, and other sites is steppe area and part of the Black Sea shoreline. This area is very rich with biodiversity. Many species of birds, mammals, fish, dolphins, three species we have. So this area not important only for our region, for Odessa Oblast, for Ukraine. It's very important for Europe and for world, because many species migrate twice during the year, migrate from the south to north, and they need a protected area to feed, to rest, to molt. 5 years ago, where was established national park, corruptive system in Ukraine organized office with corruptive director and team. They start to poach, they start to shoot, they start to use money from the budget not right way. It was we lost 5 years to preserve this area. Now our team, which has 4 months old, we has several tasks. Firstly, we need to protect this area from the very strong anthropogenic pressure. For example, from the building, for example, head of administration, Bilinsky Oleg, he has a plan to build building on the shoreline, on the speed, directly in national park. We was opposite, we was against this idea, and now we are fighting park and try to do anything to escape me and Irina Vychrysyuk from this command, our command.
Yes, I know.
Second is very important to have good relation with local people. With local people who traditionally has a fishery, has use cows to graze, has a recreation areas. Yes, there are very nice ethnic people like Ukrainian people, Russian people, Bulgarian people. They need good help from the right way to use rightly this nature.
I guess everything should be organized in some more civilized way and in interests of all sides, maybe. What I mean that people for many years people use it to fish illegally, and this
Yes.
huge problem.
Yes, but from the state, no any good proposition for local people. There are big company who catch fish every day with huge amount. So they use these local people as to help.
Justification.
Yes, they take money from the local people to have a right to fishery. No any obvious rule for local to catch fish for eating, not for selling, because big companies they sell fish. Now our company, our team from the national park proposed firstly in Ukraine a special rule for these people. They, for example, if Minister of Environmental and Odessa Oblast administration will help us, they will help permission to have one piece of net with special mark that for this special family. They will be use piece of area of water to catch fish. of course, we will control. They will have no possibility to catch fish during the spawning area. This is only one way to regulate this situation. If will be no help from the Ministry of Environment, it will be problem for future. Other problem is recreation area. We have a very nice wild speed in Tatarbunary rayon. Is biggest wild speed on the Black shoreline. We have 3,500 kilometer of shoreline, but 35 kilometer wild speed in our national park. It's very rich area, so we need to preserve for wildlife, because there are many colony of birds nest, and for people, part of that this speed is for recreation. About 50,000 people every summer they recreate here in our national park. And today we will see one of the problem of national park is how local council use recreation area. No any regulation of how to took out garbage, how to preserve wildlife, and to do not build illegal building. And other we will see how local farmers, rich farmers, they occupied area of national park and destroyed them from the real step. They
I know that problems are complex.
Yes, about 80% of all area of park is steppe area is absolutely destroyed. And third problem is poaching. Now is absolutely prohibited to catch any fish. But there are many people who don't use this rule, and they poach. We will see how our inspectors will work and how they will be opposite to inspectors to crying to say we don't like national park. We will be manage themselves these nature resources.
Thank you very much. I want to explain why I decided to conduct this interview in English, because I see many journalists who will ask you questions in Russian and Ukrainian, and but I think it's also important to have some at least a bit of international coverage. From my experience, I observed that unfortunately not many people from the West are interested in what is going on in Ukraine. In our fight is very difficult, but so I think we have some good support at a very official level, top from governments and so on. But if we go a bit lower, then people really have not enough interest. And what do you think in your specific case, which I think is very important as example of the fighting for reforms in Ukraine? Can you hope and your team for more support from some international organizations, because also archaeology is quite international thing?
Yes, I thank for this question. This our area has a very important status of Europe. We have Ramsar site, which is 90,000 hectares, included in Ramsar Convention. Ukraine signed this Ramsar Convention in '96, and they promised to preserve this nature, not only for local, for Ukraine, for all, for Europe. So we will ask European ecologists, experts, to help us. Now we have negotiation with Dutch, with Holland, Holland company for the protection of birds, and they promised to help us with special telescope and binoculars to monitor nature. We have some negotiation with Americans people who will looking for the clothes, for the boots, for our inspectors. We will ask other organizations to have some helping.
Quite good, pleasant to hear. And finally, what is the best way of contacting you for international audience? I mean, in Facebook, and how to contact you?
We have our own
website.
Website is now. We will present you leaflets. You will see name of site.
Okay, and what's the name of site?
Tuzly.org.ua. Tuzly.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. I wish you a lot of success, and I hope I will record more
Thank you,
thank you,
Mikhail.
thank you very much, Ivan,
you.
and pleasant to meet you.
Good luck. Thank you.